Hey guys.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, fuck. Shit. Damn it.
Hello.
Oh. Get back here, you damn chickens. Sorry, guys. That was embarrassing.
What's going on?
I bought some used chickens off of the Facebook Marketplace, and they are just a rambunctious bunch.
Wow, that sounds like a handful.
Much like this podcast, guys. Welcome back to the Definitely Human podcast, starring me, Martian Gobi, and my co-host here, Bowen.
Hi.
And we have a lovely episode planned for you today, don't we, Bowen?
Yes, we do. I have no idea.
And I have a lovely mixture of drinks. I originally was like, yes, let me grab a cup of tea before we start, for a nice calming atmosphere. But then I also wanted to make a glass of what is it called? Shit, hold on.
Take your time. I have Pepsi.
Oh, I left it in the kitchen. You have Pepsi. I have what is it called? Gamer Fuel or something like that.
Okay.
Please sponsor us. And so that's an upper. Tea's a downer. So I've got a fun little mixture going on here. Okay, so you want to start out with an improv warm up?
Yeah.
All right. I don't have any new ones planned, so we're just gonna do the one word.
Okay, I like that. Would you like me to start?
Yeah, you know what? Go for it.
Whenever
I
have
time
I
like
to
shake
the
booty
all
the
time.
My
favorite
time
to
do
this
is
when
my
brother-in-law
is
dead.
I don't know what to do. Has all of our improv warm-ups involved someone dying or being dead?
Yeah. It's always
that's a good
never
start
good.
for us. That's good for us. Podcast dead right off the start.
Yeah, just like the brother-in-law.
Just like our dear old brother-in-law, good old Greg. Remember that time when he spat all over Aunt Dorothy?
Yep, and I said, Greg, if you don't stop doing that right now, I'm going to put you where no one's going to find you. And now look what happened to him.
He's dead. We don't know what happened to him. All right, let's do one more warm-up.
Okay.
I'll start. Eyeballs
Can't.
Turn.
Left.
Except.
For.
When.
The.
Doctor.
Is.
Mood.
To.
Prevent.
What'd you say?
Prevent.
My.
Anus.
From.
Collapsing.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is improv number 2. Frame that on your wall.
Hold on. So we said eyeballs can't turn left except when the doctor is nude. to prevent my anus from collapsing. Is that what we said?
Yeah.
I think we're geniuses. I think we're the best improvers to ever improv.
You know, it's crazy just seeing our progress, seeing how fast we're growing.
Yeah, and we're like kind of like quickly reaching the ceiling, you know. And so like I'm
Right.
kind of scared because like once you're the best, like where do you
Right.
go
It's
from
gonna
that?
be like it's gonna be hard when we like start running out of room to improve. It's just gonna
Mhm.
kind of, you know,
And
it's
like
just kind of be the same
everyone's
thing.
like everyone is gonna be like beneath us, you know,
Right.
like you know all the greats,
It's not gonna
fucking
be fair.
Ben Schwartz,
Homer Simpson.
then Homer Simpson, Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
So, anyways, today we're gonna brainstorm some questions and topics. All right, because
Okay.
we've got to get our shit together. All right, and we've got to be prepared for future podcast episodes. All right, so we need to come up with some topics, some hard hitting questions,
Okay.
and we're gonna do that live on air right here.
Okay. We're spitballing.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little. We're gonna do a little bit of faktura on our listeners here.
Okay.
I'll start. What kind of cream is the best cream to spit on your hands? You know, like that's I've been wondering that question for
What?
the longest time. Cause
What kind?
I usually
Specifically-
what kind of cream.
Specifically for your hands.
Yeah. Cause like I've been using no, that's a stupid question. I can't even pronounce the cream. All right, well, what kind of question do you have? Question or topics?
Well, one that I have written down previously is what your favorite food was when you were a kid versus what your favorite food is now.
That's a good one. And we can't answer these. All right, we gotta be careful because we can't start talking about these.
We can talk about the question itself, but we can't talk
sure.
about our answer.
I like that. How big of a dick can you fit in your ass?
Okay.
You like that one?
I don't know how it could. I don't think it would be. I think it would be good for a whole episode.
Okay, I mean we could add on to it too, like how many dicks can you fit in your ass?
Oh wow. Okay.
You know, like this feels like a question that we can expand on. Like, you know, it's got layers, like certain vegetables.
Mm. Right. Okay. I could see that one kind of spiraling into a maybe even multiple episodes. Now that I've thought about it.
It could be we could just record for like 24 hours talking about it. What if hold on, that's an idea. What if we recorded a podcast for 24 hours straight?
That's crazy.
That's actually a great idea.
That is a good idea.
I'm gonna actually write that one down.
Oh my gosh! By the end of it, I would be. I just knowing me. By the end of it, I would be so over it. But it would be funny, probably.
I actually fucking love that because we can plan fucking bits and segments.
Right.
We'll have like several guests on. Okay.
That's crazy.
See, this is why we do this. This is why we're doing this little exercise here.
This is live.
This is live, baby. All right, we're live. We have 1,000 people listening in now. How do you feel about that, Moan?
It feels amazing. Feels like it's the highlight of my day. Because what?
It really tickles your taint. All those thousands of listeners listening in to us now. Talk about nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, if that's what they're going for.
You're a fucking freak.
That's why they're here.
That's why you guys listen, right? To tickle our taints.
Thanks, guys.
Edit that out. Let's see. What else do we got? Man, the well ran dry right there.
That's okay. That was a really good idea, the last one. So,
We can talk about Sonic.
yeah. I mean, I don't know too much about Sonic. Maybe like, well, we had the idea of me kind of guiding you through Star Wars as like an ongoing segment. Maybe the inverse is you taking me through Sonic.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't have to be a timeline type of thing, but you know, just like different things about Sonic that I should know about.
One of my most useless skills is having an encyclopedic knowledge of the Sonic comics. You know, I put that on my Tinder, and surprisingly, first week, 0 matches.
That's very surprising, actually, because there's a lot of autistic people on Tinder.
Right. So, like, what the fuck, dude? All I get are fucking people who cover their... Only people I match with is people who, like, cover their face with their phone in the photo. And then they're all 26 years. This is real. I'm being specific. They're all 26 years old, and have the same song listed as like their anthem or whatever the fuck it's called. and I think the song is "Love Me Like You Do." And it's definitely not a scam, all right? Because these people matched with me. They didn't immediately want to move over to Snapchat and then asked about having sex for money, paying up front. But,
wow.
You know, hey, I'm just a suave guy, and people want to have sex with me.
You're just really popular. There's not much you can do about that.
And very rich, and people want a piece of that. And I don't see what's wrong about it.
Hey, more power to you. You know, you've got something that people want, and you know you're doing what's right, and you're putting yourself out there.
Yeah. I'm you know, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm kind of an American hero.
Right. It's kind of like a Robin Hood type of deal.
Stealing from the rich, giving it to the pussy. Okay, do we have any more you got any more topics in that little noggin of yours?
Yeah, I'm sure I can pull one out right now. I had we could talk about video games. We could talk about we could each pick a specific video game that means a lot to us.
Okay,
and,
I like that.
Explain why, because I feel like you know, it's kind of like it's a growing art form, but I feel like it's not often put in the light of you know, how it affected you as a person.
I'm gonna actually write that one down. I didn't think when I originally thought about this idea of brainstorming questions and stuff, I was not thinking that we would actually come up with good ones.
That's okay.
So let me finish writing this.
I only come up with good ideas though, so.
Oh, of course, Bowen.
You ask me for an idea, you know it's gonna be good.
I know I'm getting something juicy. Speaking of juicy, another good topic. How powerful are cows' farts?
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That's a good it's good it's like
It's a little research episode.
Yeah, it's like a mind game.
What?
I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. It's like stimulates your brain.
You know really stimulates my brain? Some cow farts. I love thinking about how powerful cow farts are. You know, just really seeps into my crevices.
You really gotta think about it. You start putting things into perspective, it change your life.
That we may end up recording that episode. We may not even be able to release it because it may unlock the truths of the universe.
It might just change everything in the world as we know it. And
that's too powerful.
Yeah.
So we'll put that on the back burner.
So scratch that one.
Yeah.
Off.
Yeah, that's whew, dear God, that was a close one. Okay, well, I think that's good. Do you want to move on
Yeah.
to talking about? Do you want to move on to the book club?
Sure. I'd love to talk about that.
All right, play the book club music. Play the intro, the book club intro. Go ahead, Bone. And then edit put in like some explosions. Book club. This Sunday.
Book club.
So last week we decided to watch Airplanes. No, it's Airplane, right?
Airplane.
So, Airplane exclamation mark. All right, from the 80s. I think it's from 1980. I think.
Yeah.
Now, a little background. I have been pushing this movie for Bowen to watch, and he just doesn't understand how good this movie is. And so finally, we have a format where I can force him. He's obligated to watch this movie, and I'm excited to hear how you liked it, Bowen. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so to add to that kind of background schema, you had recommended this movie to me many times before. You even like tried to plan like times where we would watch it together, and I would, I would find ways to make sure that never happened.
Yeah, we always come up with stupid excuses like sorry, my cousin died. I'm going to a funeral. Or I just had a big fight with someone and I need some
just
kind
had a
of
fist fight.
Yeah, all this like dumb shit that really shouldn't keep you from it.
And that was because I did not know a lot about this movie, but from the things that I did see, it looked like I assumed it was a movie that my older relatives might think is really funny, but in all actuality is really insanely not funny. And
but did you think it was funny?
After watching last night, my assumptions were correct.
That's crazy. That's crazy. No fucking way.
This movie does not age well at all.
Oh my God. I was saying, okay, see, because that's the question that I wanted to pose was, how does this movie hold up? To me, that movie was fantastic.
That's crazy to me. I thought it was so bad.
Okay, all right. Well, okay, so tell me more.
Okay, so
the scene where he's going to the airport and they're like, "Hey, give him one to talk about our loan sailor," and he just starts fucking pummeling them.
I understand why it's funny.
Oh, you always love to hear that.
But so like the idea is that like, it has a very extremely loose plot. And there's just all these different twists and turns, and it made the cover of the movie make sense because there's so many like twists and turns, and it goes into all these different pockets of stories that are completely irrelevant to the main plot, and it's just kind of all over the place.
See, but I loved, one of the things that I loved was they would set up, there would be like those sort of subplots were like little bits that like they would like jump to. So like there was like woman where she's like oh, my husband doesn't drink coffee, and then her husband was like, oh, I'll take one, and then it's just an inner monologue of Jim never drinks coffee at home,
right?
And then it just like cuts back and there's more to it. You didn't like that? I mean, okay, I chose a weak example. I'm gonna be honest. I chose a weak example.
That's okay. It's just, it was not for me. It wasn't for me. The comedy was outdated for me personally, and it wasn't hitting. I understood it. It might make my grandma laugh, might make my mom and dad laugh, but not me.
This is a reflection on me. Fuck, what was the line that was so fucking funny to me?
Like there's the reoccurring where he keeps saying like, "Don't call me Shirley."
That's the classic from from
I have heard
from-
that like reference before, and the veteran like main character guy,
Yeah.
he says he has a drinking problem, but it's
Dude,
not
oh, I fucking
what
love
you
that bit,
think.
dude. I want to do that. I want to do
It's just that
that.
he can't physically drink.
He keeps splashing everything on him. He cannot
Yeah.
drink it.
And like it just like keeps happening like throughout the movie. Like they keep referencing it over and over again. Which I mean, I like things like that, but it was just I don't know. It's just,
I thought a little fun little thing to shake up the book club is I looked up some trivia that I prepared to go over.
That sounds fun.
A little background about the movie. So it was a parody film parodying the genre of I forget what it was called, but of airplane movies. There's a lot of movies about like people, of accidents happening on a plane or like a plane going down or something, and someone has to step up and save the plane. I think when I originally watched the film, I didn't like. I have no context of that. I don't watch airplane.
Right, because it's not really
films.
as much of a thing today as it is. It probably was back then. Airplane films.
There's an airplane movie on Netflix I saw that piqued my interest. But fuck, what was it called? It had someone in it that was very recognizable. Netflix.
I'm trying to think of like airplane movies I know about. There's like Air Force One, I think is the name, that has Harrison Ford in it. He has famous lines like "Get off my plane," and he throws somebody off the plane. There's probably a James Bond movie that is on a plane.
Whoa, there's a little documentary called "How to Become a Tyrant" on Netflix. I'm gonna save that for later.
Okay.
Go a little how-to video. Okay, go on.
Okay. There's Snakes on a Plane, obviously, but that didn't come till like the late 90s or early 2000s, I think.
You didn't like the part where he keeps trying to tell people his backstory, and no one wants to hear it. And
right, they keep killing themselves.
The old lady cuts the old lady who's hung herself on the plane.
Right, I think there ends up being like 3 suicides, or whoa, 3.
Two. It stops one.
Oh right. Oh
no,
yeah,
actually,
the last.
It does.
No, he
accidental.
explodes. Yeah.
But not by choice, but mistake.
Yeah, unaliving, I meant to say.
Yeah, we'll bleep it out.
Yeah.
Damn censors. I can't find it. What the fuck? All I did was search airplane, and expecting it to come up. So that was a bit of a silly move. Whatever.
I can't think of any other airplane movies.
If you guys know the movie that I'm talking about, leave it in the comment below.
Top Gun's not really an airplane movie. I guess it's more of a jet movie.
Real quick, I completely forgot. I meant to wrap up the previous section with for our listeners at home. We'll always take feedback and suggestions. If you want to suggest topics or questions for us to go over on here, please feel free to let us know. I guess the only way to do that is leaving comments when we upload them. If we figure out another way to do that, we'll let you all know. Let us know how we can improve this little program.
Yeah.
Tell us what you guys want to hear.
Give us like free ideas for free.
Make our jobs easier.
Please. And thank you.
Yes. Well, I didn't say thank you, but please.
Please.
Respect airplane. That's crazy that you absolutely hated it. and also called me old.
Yeah, it's the main takeaway I would have from it is thank God it was less than an hour and a half long.
Does it surprise you that I love this film?
No, it did not. That was one thing that went through my mind as I was watching. It's like, well, of course, Gobi loves this movie.
I don't know what it is. Like I legitimately last night, like I was like, man, they need to make movies like this. Like I can't, like I I was legit like, man, someone, how is this type of comedy like dead? Why is this type of comedy not making anymore?
I'll tell you how. I'll tell you why.
Go right ahead. Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, it sucks.
No
one likes that, actually.
So
you know what? Maybe when this episode comes out, there will be a bunch of airplane supporters in the comments.
Yeah, they'll be flying out, and
I'll be the odd one out.
Their arms be tired.
Yeah.
That's a good job, right?
That was great.
Right off the dome, dude. That's improv right there, dude. That's instinctual comedy. A fun thing that I think is fun about this movie, is that everyone involved in this movie knew that it was a comedy, but a lot of the actors admitted that they were unsure of the exact tone that the writers were going for, and were basically shepherded into giving the line readings that they wanted. Someone like the main cast, I don't remember who these people were in the film, but Robert Hayes, Robert Stack, and Leslie Nielsen, which I think Leslie Nielsen works a lot with these writers. Like I think they're the same people who have done like Naked Gun, Naked Gun series, and I think he's the guy who's in that. So like they understood, but I liked the idea of the zaniness. To me, it felt like a live action Looney Tunes movie, but like not. See, when I say, I hate describing it that way.
Well, that makes sense. I think it makes sense. It's, it's kind of cartoon-like in the way that it's just like very random.
There were titties.
Yeah,
there were titties on the screen. You didn't like that?
There were. It was jarring. I think my reaction was, oh. I think that was my reaction.
For free? I've got some different titles from around the world. In Finnish, it's called "Hey, We're Flying."
Okay.
Which led to a whole series of imported American comedies being titled "Hey, We're Insert Verb Here."
Interesting.
In Polish, it's "Is there a pilot with us?" France went with the similar "Is there a pilot in the plane?" You're gonna find all these titles are crazy original, okay? In Brazilian Portuguese, "Fasten your seatbelts, the pilot has disappeared." Okay. Czech Republic had the similar "Fasten your seatbelts, please." Oh my god, wait. Another joke that cracked me up was the fake foreign language when with the signs that said like "Please put your seatbelts on," and it was like put on your seatbelts. Right. So you're supposed to start cracking up laughing.
Yeah. There's a few jokes that it just works. Were just so funny, really. There's the
joke.
The joke about how white people can't understand black people when they talk.
Yeah.
And they have subtitles. That was so funny.
Hey, a little trivia about that one. I actually have that one. I have that one here.
Great.
So the filmmakers were Jewish, and actually no, hold on. I want to read because I found a website that had a bunch of trivia. So I want to read. I thought it was funny how the website put this.
Okay.
Most of the jive talk between the two black passengers was improvised by the actors Al White and Norman Alexander Gibbs. as the Jewish filmmakers weren't sufficiently, in quotes, conversant in black street language. In bonus, is that? Oh my goodness. Beginning of the age. I was saying in some of the bonus stuff, while Wright and Gibbs explains how they came up with the dialect, they're subtitled in Jive while speaking regular English.
Right.
That's fun.
Right.
Look, it was definitely a film of its time. It's definitely something that couldn't quite that would not be released today. I fucking love it, and to me, honestly, while watching it, I felt like it held up. I was expecting, because it had been a while since I've seen the movie, and I was expecting, like, I guess like edgier comedy, or for the jokes to be more offensive. Would you say that you know, how offensive would you call this film? There were definitely like some.
Yeah, because there's like that was the main one, and then the pilot's like a pedophile.
Yes, the actor was so uncomfortable and did not want to say those lines. He rejected them, but then was pressured by friends and family and his daughters to just fucking do it.
That's funny. Just say
you
it.
ever been to a Turkish prison? So you laugh. It's funny.
Yeah, but it's just like it was. I don't know. I did not like it. I did not like it. What else? There's a little girl that says
oh yeah, okay.
The coffee.
Yeah.
That made me so uncomfortable.
I will say that one was iffy. That one.
Yeah.
That was probably, to me, one of the worst.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I would agree.
I did laugh.
I didn't so much laugh. I just went like, oh,
She said that. Some more titles in Italian. It's the craziest airplane in the world.
I like that title.
German has
I think that's my favorite.
An incredible voyage in a crazy airplane.
The what in the airplane? The Incredible Village?
The Incredible Voyage.
Voyage, okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna skip down a little bit. Okay, the other ones are in Spanish. It's called "So Where's the Pilot?"
Okay.
And that's all. Oh wait, no, wait, hold on. In Swedish, I like Swedish. Look, we're flying. that's the Swedish title.
Okay, that's great.
What other trivia do I have? I have this was a genre killer. So here it is. So these are it killed off the whole disaster movie genre. So that's what they would be referred to as disaster movies. This film killed off the whole disaster movie genre for a decade or so by making audiences unable to take them seriously anymore. It also killed the aerial subgenre retroactively, as the airliner in peril, stewardess lands the plane trope of the previous airport series was destroyed, and all the drama with it. Like, you got, come on, that's a powerful film that it affected the film industry so much that it fucking ruined audience being able to enjoy these airport series.
Right. In a way, it's like it's almost like even more influential than like Star Wars.
I would say so. I would agree.
Yeah.
Star Wars, what's that? Have you seen Airplanes? Exclamation mark.
Yeah. Like Space Odyssey, like this is way more influential than those types of films.
And you know what? I think that's what I would title it. In Land of Gobi, it would be called Airplane! Exclamation mark. Like that would be like the subtitle of it is exclamation mark.
If I were to title this movie, I would just press backspace a bunch until it was blank, and then I wouldn't enter a title, so no one would be able to find it. Just erase it. Yeah.
All right. And my final trivia. This one's fun. There was a flight. I didn't get the year down when this happened. I think this was 2008. Let me double check. 2005. Okay, so on December 8th, 2005, Southwest Airlines flight 1248 was waiting to approach Chicago Midway Airport during the snowstorm. Unfortunately, the plane ran off the end of the runway and into a street, killing one person on the ground and injuring 9 others. When looking at the cockpit voice recorder, the transcripts indicate that the pilots had been concerned about the weather, and before landing, jokingly alluded to this movie with one of the pilots saying, "I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue."
Wow.
I just found that funny.
That is funny.
That he was okay. Well, my first time reaction to reading it is funny. As I dug deeper into it, it was actually a fucking horrible event. But I just the gall of a pilot to Imagine you're on a plane. You know, a lot of turbulence. There's a snowstorm. You know, everyone's scared. The pilots are concerned that they're not going to be able to land this plane. They're like circling above Chicago over and over, and they're like, "All right, passengers, so we are going to attempt to land the plane. Please make sure all seatbelts are fastened." And then the other one kicks on and is like, "I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue." And then the plane just fucking takes a nosedive. But I guess you know he wasn't expecting to land the plane and run off the runway and kill a person.
Right, he's expecting to land the plane safely.
So, Bowen, what would you rate that movie? Out of 10?
Probably a 2 out of 10. 3. I'll give it a 3.
Okay, all right.
3 out of 10.
Fine.
Because I understand it. It's not for me. I respect it. I'll respect it for what it is.
You gave it a 3?
Huh?
You gave it a 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be worse.
I will rate 5 Southwest. No, I'll rate it 6 Boeing airplanes out of 10.
Okay, 6 out of 10.
No, 6 Boeing airplanes out of 10.
Right.
That's not 6 out of 10. All right. Well, so we got to pick a new movie for next week. Bowen, do you want to hit us with the next movie?
Yeah, I've picked a great movie for next week.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be Nacho Libre.
Oh shit! Okay. All right.
Yep.
Now this is. Would you say this is one of your favorite films?
This is one of my favorite films. I have not watched it in at least 2 or 3 years, so I'm interested to rewatch it. But I have classified this as one of my favorite movies.
All right, great. So I'm gonna be vulnerable for a second for you, Bowen, and our listeners. I am a pretentious fuck,
Okay.
and a lot of times, and there is something that a lot of people are like, "This is really good. You gotta watch this," or even if they don't say you should watch this, or they speak about it with like this movie is really good. There's this part of me that is like, that movie sucks, and I'll never watch it. And I've seen this in my current relationship with my partner. She'll be like, "Hey, I really want to watch Flushed Away. I remember loving this as a child." and my response to it is, "Oh, I fucking hate that movie. I don't want to watch that movie." I don't know. I'm just like, she was like, have you seen it before? And I was like, yeah, I saw it like once, and I fucking hate it. Well, I fucking remember the movie. It was the same thing with robots as well. But then I watched that with her, and she was like, "How was it?" And I was like, "Fucking sucked." Now in my mind, it was like, that was a great movie. I loved it.
Right.
But that's my problem, and so I have a similar feeling with Nacho Libre, but I am excited to revisit it and watch it. I think that I will enjoy it.
I think it's great that you are open about that part of yourself going into it.
Yeah, so are you excited for me to shit on your childhood favorite movie?
Yeah, I mean, I'll fight you tooth and nail to the end of the earth about
All
it.
right. Okay. All right. Well,
and I'll bring some trivia of my own.
Ooh, okay.
Week.
Very fun. I love that. So listeners, tune back in next week for some drama. And be sure to watch Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre, enjoy it.
I did forget to say spoilers for Airplane at the top of this.
Yeah. Came out
we didn't really spoil it. He lands the plane. That's a spoiler.
Yeah.
But also like yeah, you're right. That is an old movie. It's different from Death to Smoochie, which is like, I would say like an underrated movie that maybe not a lot of people have seen and has like a coherent plot to follow.
You're right. Right, that's true.
Cool. Okay, so we'll move on from airplanes. Any closing thoughts about airplanes?
Yeah, I think I summed up my thoughts pretty well.
God, dude, I meant to open up. I meant to fucking open up the talking about it with Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? I could really use a wish right now.
Yeah.
And then you would come in and you would say, a wish right now? And then I would say, a wish right now. I thought about that last night.
Wow. I'm sorry it didn't turn out that way.
It's fine. The universe hates me and you hate me in this movie, so it's fine. Me and this movie will just go climb into a hole and cuddle each other. Kiss.
Hey,
a lot.
That's you do you. I don't hate you.
You do, because you hate this movie.
I hate the movie, but I don't hate you.
No, but you do that. Because you didn't like the movie.
All right, I hate you.
I didn't tell you, but this whole movie hinged on our friendship.
Well, the remaining episodes of this podcast are going to be an attempt to rebuild what we once had.
And you're starting with Nacho Libre next week. That's your attempt.
Yeah, it's my peace offering.
We'll see how that goes. All right. So some things that we can talk about. I didn't have any like specific things planned, or like specific topics for us to go into. But I have a few things written down. Wait, no, I do have something. But we'll save that. I want to, I thought I could talk about, a little bit about things going on in our lives personally. For me, I got my car towed. That was fun. And got to, so in the middle of the night, I knew this was going to happen. My tags were not renewed. For quite some time. I won't say how long, but we'll say I don't know, 3 to 5 years. And I didn't have car insurance for a little bit. Allegedly. And tags renewed. And then my apartment complex was cracking down, being like, all you dirty, gross, poor motherfuckers need to get your gross, poor, infested vehicles out of our lot. So I knew it was coming. And then I look at my window and I see this happening. I run out there to talk with the guy because I'm like, where the fuck? I've never dealt with this before. Where do I go? And immediately, like, I can tell this guy is used to people coming up and being like, and arguing with him and like trying to fight him and shit.
Right.
So immediately he's sort of like, the way he answers my question of like, how do I get my car back? And he's like, $165. And I'm like, what? And he's like, you gotta pay $165 cash. And at first I thought this guy was asking,
Like bribing you?
Yeah, I thought he was trying to get me to bribe him to not take my car. But then he got out, he explained things. He was like, if you're nice, if you give me your keys so I can tie the steering wheel or whatever, it'll make my job easier or whatever. I didn't know what the fuck that was for, but I went up and I grabbed my spare keys. I gave it to him, whatever. And so he tells me that he's gonna like have him put it in a safe or whatever, and so like I'll just go and I'll ask for it. So like the next day, I get insurance. I go to the county clerk's office. I get my tags, and then I go there to pick it up. And I mean, immediately, like it's the vibes are off as soon as I walk into this building. I can't get in. The door's locked. I'm like, is this? I thought this place was open. What the fuck? And like the glass is sort of dark, and so like I'm trying to like peer through. Suddenly the door opens, and it's a child. A child is opening the door. I'm like, oh, okay, hello. And he's like, are you here to pick up your car? And I'm like, yes, I am. Are you the manager? And then walks away. And there's one single lady who's in the office. This is a disheveled room.
Wow.
With like a door to like a big like warehouse area. And then like one bathroom, and then another door that just is dark, and I thought was maybe a kitchen, but was very messy. And then like some couches and chairs. And in like the connected office, there's two people who are already there. They're talking with the lady working there. And she's a little frantic, and like because the people are trying to get a car back. And there's a bit of a language barrier there that they're trying to work through. So I'm already like having to sit and wait, but it's whatever.
This is like slowly, not to interrupt you real quick, but this is like slowly turning into like you found out that you died and you went to hell.
And then my ponytail is waiting for my car back. Oh my god, dude. Eventually, the other people who are there before me are going. They can't get the car, so they're going to take something from the car or whatever. And then, so then I go into the office, to chat, and so we're just going through things. I'm like, here's my license, and here's my new tags. Car, please. And I tell her, I was like, oh, by the way, I gave the tow driver my keys, and she's like, what? Why did you do that? And I was like, I don't know. It's he said it would make it easier. and he said he put it in the safe or whatever, and she's like, oh, okay, well that's weird. We don't normally do that, but all right. And so she goes and she looks in the safe. It's not in the safe.
Okay, good.
And so then she has to call someone who doesn't immediately pick up, and let me just say, this is no disrespect to the woman or anyone who works there,
Right.
but the whole system that they had was so disorganized, and it was so crazy to me. And also, the child that I spoke of before, that's this woman's son.
That's crazy.
He's just there. He's just sort of walking around the office and making comments about things. And so then, so she calls this person who doesn't answer, and fucking answer. And she's like, he's probably getting me back because I didn't answer him right away when he called or whatever. So sensing some tension there between the workers.
Great.
And so then she calls him back, and I can hear from the phone him yelling, is like, when someone doesn't fucking answer, it's because they're fucking busy. I'm like, wow, this is great. And so she explains the situation. He says it's in the bottom locker. It's like in the safe. There's a safe, but there's a safe within the safe.
Okay.
And my keys are in that one. But here's the problem: she doesn't have the code for that safe.
Oh
she doesn't know it, and no one will tell her. So she calls a few other people as well, and she needs to get this guy Zach over here. Yes, she needs to get this guy Zach over here. Zach needs to get into the safe to get my key. Zach is out and about though, so I have to sit there and wait. And also, she is closing up, and this is in defense of this woman, she's about to close up. So she is working alone there. She has like someone calling her on her phone, and then she has calling on like the work phone, and she has to answer 2 phone calls at the same time. And I'm like her last client. Like I am the last person she's dealing with, and then she's closing up and going home, taking her child home. We now have to sit and wait for this person to come to open up the safe to get my keys. And so like I'm sitting down, and suddenly the kid just starts talking to me, and I'm like, all right, okay, let's do this. We'll just conversate here for a moment. And somehow I figured how we get to this, but me and the kid are suddenly talking about. Oh, he calls me a pirate because I'm wearing a headband, and he says I look like a pirate.
Okay.
And so suddenly we get into a conversation, me and this child, about running a ship. I'm first in command. I was nice enough to grant him second in command. And then he starts talking about how he's going to design my ship.
Okay.
He wants to make it like red, white, and blue, and with the flag or something. I don't know. I wasn't for it, but whatever. And then he starts playing out scenarios. He's like, what if like the freaking there's like people calling at us, like, what are we gonna do? And my genius idea was hey, all right, we're gonna have like a giant canvas sheet, all right, that will just like will unravel and will just cover the side of the ship, and we'll just paint it to look like the sea and the sky, right? So that way, from afar, they're just gonna look and they'll be like, that's just there's nothing there. We're camouflage. And the kid was looking at me like, I don't know about that one. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? And he's like, well, cause like, what if they like veer off to the side and they see the ship? They're gonna know that that's a painting. That's not real. There's someone there. He was very quick to shoot down this idea. The kid did not know yes and. and so I was like, okay, well then fine, we'll fuck it, we'll do 2 then. Well, so then it's covering both sides of the ship. But he was actually a smart kid who saw right through my dumb idea.
Yeah.
And then the mother, I could overhear the mother calling someone again, being like, "Where is this guy?" And then I called him, and then was like, she didn't call the person that we're waiting for. She called someone else and was like, "Where are you all? Where is Zach?" And after a little bit of aggressive talking on the phone there, she then walks out of the office and was like, "Well, so like, tow drivers were like." One of the tow drivers was getting jumped by some people, and so other tow truck drivers had to go and defend him.
Gosh.
And so that's why we're waiting. So we're waiting even longer. But I waited like maybe 30 to 45 minutes for this man to show up to get my keys. Now I had my notes. I gave spare key, but I did not.
Right, you don't want to leave your spare key.
I don't want to come back here. I don't want to do this again. Pick another day to just come up and get my spare keys. So I just fucking sat in a rocking chair in the corner and charging my phone. The kid starts telling me about how he asked me if I ever have the feeling of like somebody's watching me. No, I tell him I haven't. I don't normally get that feeling. And he started telling me some story of like he's like walking on the bus and he like hears he hears someone call his name and he comes around like no one's there or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
And I think I asked him like, oh, what do you think that was? And he tells me, he's like, oh, I don't know, but my dad's dead.
Oh wow.
And my grandma. I think he mentioned one person. I was like, okay, this conversation has taken a turn. Father, he is now telling me about his father who died, and I'm okay with talking with children if it's like one-on-one, but if their parent is there, that is like an added pressure of like
what are you talking about with my son?
Right. It's like I feel like I have to be more careful about what I'm saying, because there's an added factor of the parent, which my fear should have disappeared, because the kid was talking to me about how he watches One Piece like very openly about it, and like his mom's like, yeah, he'll talk to you like forever about this and about One Piece. So the mom knows and is into it. And for those of you who hasn't watched One Piece, not exactly a show a young child to watch. One of the reasons being, one of the main character, it is known for stylistically having women with gigantic breasts, comically large breasts. So that was sort of going on in my mind of like, what is this kid doing? And so now we're talking about his dead dad. And it was just, it was a time.
That's crazy.
I tried to turn it into like, oh, what do you think? Do you think it was the ghost of your father or your grandmother? What do you think that they were trying to tell you? And he was like, no, and like, I'm trying to turn it into like a thing of like, well, maybe they're trying to reach out to you. And he's like, I didn't really get to know my grandma much. I didn't get to really see her because she lived with my mom's sister, and my mom's sister like hates her, which was weird. It was,
Yeah.
and then like the mom's in another room and is saying like, nobody hated your grandmother. It's just the multiple I'm trying to be present. I'm trying to just like be zen about it and just go with the flow. But like I am there was so much happening. I am in a disheveled looking place with a frantic, disorganized system of workers, and one of the workers son is just talking to me. He's critiquing my shipbuilding and my ship planning,
Right.
and then starts talking to me about their dead family members.
That's insane.
And I drove away, and I got my spare keys finally. I drove away, and I hope I never have to experience that again.
That is insane. That is like a creepypasta.
Could you imagine? Oh my god, creepypasta! Where it's like, I got my car towed, and it goes into way too much detail about why. And then it's like, I go to pick up my car, and there's a child there, and this child being just like implying this child being like this creature from another realm who
Right.
just makes you uncomfortable. That's his whole thing. He just talks about his dead father and about how his mother's sister hates his grandma who died.
That's insane.
So just to wrap up this story, the only thing I'm gonna add to it, just to give it a nice little feel good bow. While we were sitting there waiting, I wasn't really interacting. There was a certain point where like I was interacting with the child and the mother. I was on my phone. My social battery has been depleted. Please don't talk to me. And I will say the two of them seemed very close. Because I was a little concerned because like the son's sort of being a little kid and kind of being nosy and stuff, and the mom's frustrated and has a lot going on. Like Damien, shut the fuck up, and all that. But when they're chilling and stuff, like there was I saw a closeness and a bond that did make good.
That's good.
So I just want to mention that last part.
He's gonna be okay.
He's gonna be alright, guys. Don't worry about him. All right.
He's gonna be okay.
Damien's gonna be good.
Wow.
Do you have any planned events like that? You were
Nowhere near that. That's wow. No, my life is a boring series of events compared to what you just described.
Yeah, you gotta find more kids who will talk about their dead father, huh?
Yeah, I don't actively search for that, I guess.
I'm like a magnet for that shit. I do have. We can wrap up. Or we can jump over to. Am I the asshole? I have an Am I the asshole that I found on Reddit. You want to do that?
Sure.
All right. So, guys, this is something I figured would be fun to do. We're really kind of throwing things at the wall and what sticks for the beginning of this. And I love hearing people read and talk about Reddit stories. And that seems to be popular. So I thought, well, let's fucking give that a try.
Let's do it.
So I have this story was posted to r/am I the devil. I have not read this yet. I just sort of skimmed some of it and read the title. It's time to crack down on pet nutters and their out of control hobby.
Okay.
Right off the bat, what the fuck do they mean by pet nutters? That's all one word. Pet nutters.
Pet nutters.
I'm very scared that we're going to get into this and it's about people nutting on their pets.
Oh wow.
I don't think that's what it is. I think they're just talking about um, people who are obsessed with their
With their
pets.
pets. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna read
Interesting
this.
term. Okay.
Yes, very. For too long, pet nutters have been allowed to impose their selfish obsession with animals on the rest of us. They treat their yappy little mutts, filthy furballs, like royalty, while expecting the rest of society to tolerate the noise, the smell, the allergens, and the environmental destruction. Enough is enough. It's time for serious reform. And then I guess they go on to list some suggestions of social reform. All right. So number one, mandatory licensing and psychological evaluation. Let's be real. Most pet nutters are emotionally unstable. If you can't function without clinging to an animal for support, maybe you should be in therapy. Oh my God. Maybe you should be in therapy instead of forcing the rest of us to adore your barking, shedding, and unsolicited pet photos. All prospective pet owners should undergo psychological screening to determine if they're fit to own an animal, or if they just need a hobby that doesn't involve hoarding living creatures. That's crazy. So
That is crazy.
I, I, I honestly, I don't fully disagree with this.
It's a little much.
Absolutely. What was it? If you can't function without clinging to an animal for support, maybe you should be in therapy. As if people who have emotional or service animals aren't already in therapy dealing with shit.
Right.
There's a clear misunderstanding of what the role therapy plays. But I do agree. I do. I don't fully disagree with some screenings to see if people are fit to own an animal.
I
Because let me
think
tell you, my
from the
grandmother. Sorry, no, you know what? You first.
I was gonna say, from the perspective of like the animal safety, I could understand that.
See, because my grandmother, for as long as I have been alive, my grandma has always had dogs. And when one dies, it's only a month that goes by before another one is gone. And I didn't see how much of a problem it was until very recently. She had like three dogs. Um, uh, it, it, she definitely I don't think is fit to only especially there was one big black lab and I forgot the other dog was a bit of a mutt had things all over but and the mutt was the oldest one and I loved her was Molly and she was she was too big for my grandma to like really be able to handle like Molly never went on walks or anything because she would pull so hard. Like the second I remember one time, like the second she got out the door once, she fucking bolted up the street. Like she was gone. There was nothing that she was chasing. She was just gone. She just fucking ran. Um, uh, but also like Molly did not get a lot of attention or a lot of love. Just a lot of what I'm going to call as you are not what my grandmother wanted, and therefore you're just kind of here. So there was some clear depression I saw in the dog. And then with Maya, the big black lab,
Mm-hmm.
similar thing in terms of, but like she got more attention and more love. She also got really fat. And I think also became depressed and was just sort of always laying down. And as these dogs began to die off, my my grandma has continued to get more dogs,
Oh
and
wow.
like they're at least like smaller now.
Hmm.
Um, so like I think a little easier for her to manage. But like there's a lot of dogs. Like whenever I go over there, they're fucking yelling and barking at anyone who fucking enters, and they're not well trained, so they're all over your feet. Uh, um, it's it's a lot. And she even convinced she even like I wanted a dog. And while I was living with her, she was very nice and went down and got me a dog. But the thing is that I don't think I actually wanted a dog. I think I just felt like I wanted a dog.
Hmm.
Um, so like, I remember when I first got my dog, like immediately, like we go from the town and like me and this new creature is like sitting in the car while my grandma went to the store to like grab some of the essentials that is needed for to take care of this dog. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I don't even want this dog. Like, I remember like
Right.
almost having like an anxiety attack of like, I'm stuck with
Right.
this creature now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I still feel like I'm stuck with this creature, but I love her more now.
That's
Um,
good.
so like should there be screenings? Yeah, maybe. Um, let's keep going here. Um, number two, strict pet quotas and housing regulations. There's no reason every other apartment, neighborhood, and public space should be infested with animals. A strict one pet per household limit should be enforced, and shared living spaces should require 100% approval from all residents before an animal is allowed. If even one person objects, no pets allowed.
Oh my
Period.
god.
Oh my god, the delusional world this person is living in. Number three, work requirements for pets. No more freeloaders. Wait a minute. Are they saying animals have to work? Oh my god, they are. If pet
No
owners
way.
insist on keeping animals, then those animals should contribute to society. Every dog
Oh.
over 20 pounds should be enrolled in mandatory security patrols and waste retrieval programs. Cats should be required to manage local rodent population. What is this, Garfield? If a pet isn't providing tangible labor, owners should face fines or surrender requirements. If your dog isn't working, fucking surrender that shit, all right?
That is
You're
insane.
lazy, your dog is lazy, keep him on the side of the road and picking up trash. What are you
This
making? What are you
argument
making
was
these
like
humans doing it? Make these
that's
dirty flea rags do it.
this argument was like, like, oh, I kind of understand like what he's coming from until this moment.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
like a lot of
crazy.
this. Like I can be like, okay, I get like you don't like you're not big on animals. You don't like pets. Uh, this guy is what comes to mind is this guy is the Riddler from Matt Reeves' The Batman from Pets. Like I just see him in a room, just being oh, while he's typing the shit out.
He's typing up his manifesto.
Yeah, his pet manifesto. And you know what? He'll die, and people will look back and they'll say, this guy was a genius. He was ahead of his time. Okay, so 4, curfews. Oh my God, noise laws and public conduct standards. Why do we fine people for noise violations, but let dogs bark at all hours? Why do we tolerate dander clouds, fur-covered furniture, and slobber-coated public spaces? It's time to implement 8 p.m. pet curfews, enforced with electronic tracking, immediate removal of nuisance animals for excessive barking, shedding, or jumping on people, public conduct standards. If a dog so much as lunges, barks, or drools in someone's direction, the owner should be fined on the spot. If I walk into your house and your dog jumps on me, I'm calling the police. They're taking your dog, they're taking it behind the shed, and they're going to put a bullet between its eyes. All right?
They're
That's
gonna have to
crazy.
fill out a report of what happened here.
And also, like, why do we tolerate dander clouds, fur-covered furniture? Where are you going that that has that. Like,
Right. Like in a public space.
yeah, like slobber coated public spaces. Like, okay, maybe like I don't like that's a bit extreme. Like I don't really think I see that, but okay, sure. But like a fur covered furniture, that doesn't make sense to me. Like any fur covered furniture is going to be within the household that
Right.
this animal. This guy. This almost reads like this guy
He's seeking it out.
This guy has a roommate who owns a pet and he's not happy about it, but he doesn't like he is not able to push stand firm on his boundary of like I don't want pets in the apartment. Like this is what this sounds like. Number 5, the pet tax, because we shouldn't pay for their messes. The environmental impact of pet ownership is catastrophic. Millions of pounds of waste, factory farmed pet food, and senseless overbreeding. Every pet should be taxed based on its size and resource consumption. Good God. So I'm getting so much indigestion from this guy. Small dogs / cats, $500 a year. Medium dogs, $1,000 a year. Large dogs and exotic pets, $2,500 a year. Because if you need a wolf-sized animal, you should pay for the damage it causes. What damages? There is a thing that happens if you are an irresponsible pet owner and your animal goes out and hurts someone. There is a system in place that will find the person. I imagine at this point I'm speaking out of my ass, but they will take the dog away, and unfortunately, in some circumstances, they may end up euthanizing this dog. Right. So it's like there is a system in place that deals with like extreme cases of pet irresponsibility. Like this is wild.
This is insane. Like it's I don't know. It's like he's taking a system that already exists, but like putting different requirements, I guess, based upon it.
Very extreme requirements. And last one, number 6, phasing out the pet. Oh my God, he's talking. I can't remember what's the word. Genetic euthanasia or whatever. It's talking about eradicating pets, phasing out the pet epidemic. Let's face it, most pets serve no real purpose. Oh my God. The days of keeping animals as pointless drooling accessories should come to an end. A phased reduction plan, oh my God, should be introduced to gradually eliminate non-working pets within 20 years. Service animals and trained working dogs can be exempt, but the era of compulsive animal hoarding should be over. By 2050, we should have a functional, pet-free society.
That's wow. Wow.
I have to process that. This man is
like
we need to build concentration camps to put these dirty fucking animals in. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, essentially. This can't be real. This has to be made up.
It comes from someone else posted this to Am I the Devil? This was originally posted on r/petfree. So this is like a Reddit of people who
this is a congregation of people.
Yes. And the very last thing he says, this isn't anti-pet. Okay, sure. It's pro-sanity. Pet lovers have gotten away with making their personal obsession everyone else's problem for too long. It's time to put rules, limits, and consequences in place before they turn society into one giant kennel. That is crazy.
It's insane. This is insanity.
Because like I do kind of there's a certain perspective where like I do kind of worry about like overbreeding animals and like a lot of pet owner like irresponsibility. Like I think generally speaking, from what I've seen, most people are not fully responsive pet owners, and like there is like um uh a worry of like that I have of like, do pet owners treat their pets as they should? Like to me, like having a pet is, a lot of people don't like this, but to me, having a pet is similar to having a child. Like, it is another creature that you are responsible for and that you
Right.
have to take care of. And I will say, for me, like, I don't feel like I'm a great pet owner. You know, I feel like I don't give my pets. I have a dog and a cat, and I don't feel like I give them the I struggle with that a lot of like, am I giving them the best life that I can? And I don't feel that I am. But where I can respect some, like 5% of what this person is saying comes from the perspective of like, for the sake of the pets. This guy wants to eradicate the eradicate all animals. Humans are the superior race on top of
Right.
everything.
Yeah, like he's not coming from the perspective of like, what's better for the animals, because like, you can make some of those arguments based on like safety and like whether or not people are taking care of their pets properly, but this is like the complete just eradication, genocide.
Yes, dude, it's so crazy. and like, oh, why do we not, we find people for noise violations but let dogs bark at all hours? Maybe because our brains are developed enough to understand that we can't, to produce more sound than dogs barking. And also, their brains aren't as developed to socially understand. Oh man, I really shouldn't bark at this hour of the night. Oh man, it's
Right.
it's past 9 o'clock. I hope the neighbors don't mind me barking up. No, they're trying to protect their area. They're trying to alert the people of like, oh, there's someone over there.
I would love to know the age of the person that typed this up.
That is a great question. I also would fucking love to see this. I'm gonna put some of the comments here. I'm for this or something similar, also for pet phase out program. That's crazy. Start with laws that all pets must be neutered. Must. They should go. They should. Oh my god! They should all go extinct naturally within 15 years or so.
That's insane.
Laws should be in place against vets extending the lives of very old, sick, and suffering animals. We should change the veterinarian practice to just be about killing pets. Just killing the animals.
Well, like, I can understand, like, if an animal is in pain and like the person just like is doing everything they can to make sure they don't die, more so for them than the actual creature itself.
In a lot of those cases, they're doing what they can for the pet to be comfortable for the rest of the time that they have left.
Right.
And also, if they're old and sick and suffering, what problems are they causing? They're not coming and lunging at you. They're probably sitting in bed being like, oh man.
That's true.
You're second now, the Grim Reaper's come for me. Gonna chase my last tennis ball into the unknown. This is so crazy. Public education programs against pet ownership propaganda. Wow, these people really hate it. Because like I get hating I get being annoyed or frustrated by people who push their pets onto others. I get that. I don't know if
that's kind of what this started as. And it was like, okay, it kind of makes sense. And
I mean, he's calling
it became much more than that. Yeah, that was the weirdest part.
I don't know if I still feel this way or not, but at least originally, there was a time in my life where like I hated people who was like, all they talk about is like their pets or like, oh, my pet be doing this or whatever. And of course, like now, like I get it to an extent. I mean, I don't feel like I share that much unless there's like something happens. Like, I don't know, my dog wakes me up in the middle of the night to hear her making a strange noise that indicates vomit, and then proceeds to vomit several times all over me and my bed. That I might share with people, but I'm certainly not just fucking being like 24/7. God, he's laying down. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, look at him. Look at him eat his food. Oh my
Right.
gosh.
But I think that's more of a people problem than an animal problem.
Exactly.
Right. So we should, I think, to conclude this, I think we can both agree that it should be the eradication of people.
Yes. I agree.
Stupid people.
Oh my god, this does remind me, and this is just a quick aside. Another topic that I would love to talk about sometime with you, Bowen. I have a conspiracy theory about how to evolve dogs into sentient beings, and to
Oh, wow.
for them to evolve into animal people.
Okay. Wow.
That'll be a topic for another time. But that's what comes to mind with this story.
Okay. I like that.
Guys, that's gonna be it for the Definitely Human podcast today. Hope you liked it. If you're a pet owner, fuck you. You're doing a disservice to society and the world as a whole. Just kill all animals.
Get rid of your pets.
What are you doing?
Wait till the next garbage pickup day and just use that opportunity.
And just listen to their bones crush and the yelps of pain as the compactor just crushes them into little trash cubes.
Exactly.
What a way to end this.
A wonderful world we will live in.
We'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Good fucking Lord.